The principles that built fortunes 150 years ago still quietly build fortunes today. No crypto secrets. No algorithm hacks. No get rich in 30 days. Just timeless laws of human behavior. In 1880, one of the greatest entrepreneurs in American history wrote a short book explaining exactly how to get rich, not through luck, not through genius, and not through inheritance, but through discipline, character, and common sense. The author? None other than P.T. Barnum, the legendary showman, founder of the circus that would become Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. But this isn't a book about show business. It's a handbook for life. Today, we're diving into the art of money getting, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why its lessons are still shockingly relevant, and why most people fail financially for the same reasons they did 150 years ago. Let's begin. Part 1. Making money is easy, keeping it is hard. Barnum begins with a bold claim. In America, with opportunity everywhere, it is not difficult to make money. What's difficult is keeping it. The formula, he says, is simple. Spend less than you earn. That's it. But almost nobody does it. People confuse economy with being cheap. They'll save pennies on candles but waste thousands on vanity. They'll reuse scraps of paper while throwing extravagant parties. Barnum calls this being penny wise and pound foolish. True economy isn't stinginess. True economy is making sure your income exceeds your expenses. Always. He suggests something radical. Write down every expense. Separate them into necessities and luxuries. Most people would be shocked at what they find. And then comes one of his most important insights. People don't spend money for themselves. They spend money because of what others will think. He quotes Benjamin Franklin. If all the world were blind except myself, I should not care for fine clothes or furniture. Comparison destroys wealth. Trying to look rich is the fastest way to become poor. Part 2. Health is your first fortune. Before you can build wealth, Barnum says, you must protect something even more valuable, your health. A sick person cannot accumulate fortune effectively. You need energy. You need clarity. You need drive. He rails strongly against tobacco and alcohol, not from moral superiority, but from practicality. Tobacco dulls the senses. Alcohol clouds judgment. And money-making requires a clear brain. Opportunities are often lost not because people are incapable, but because they were distracted, lazy, or intoxicated when opportunity knocked. Success requires alertness. You cannot build wealth while sabotaging your body. Part 3. Don't mistake your vocation. One of Barnum's most powerful rules: choose the right calling. Too many parents force children into professions that don't match their natural abilities. Too many adults chase careers because they sound respectable. But if you choose a vocation that goes against your nature, you will struggle forever. Barnum admits he had no talent for mechanics. If someone had forced him into watchmaking, he says, he would have been miserable and mediocre. The lesson? Find the thing that fits your natural strengths. When your work aligns with your aptitude, effort becomes sustainable. When it doesn't, you burn out. Part 4. Location matters. You might choose the right profession, but the wrong place. Barnum tells the story of a talented showman in London stuck in a poor location, barely surviving. Barnum brought him to America, where opportunity was larger, and the man became wealthy. Skill plus bad location equals struggle. Skill plus opportunity equals success. Sometimes success isn't about changing who you are. It's about changing where you are. Part 5. Avoid debt at all costs. Barnum is uncompromising here. Debt is slavery. When you owe money, interest works against you while you sleep. The creditor gets richer. You get poorer. He compares money to fire. A wonderful servant. A terrible master. If your money earns interest for you, it becomes your employee. If you owe interest, you become its servant. His philosophy is simple: pay as you go. He does allow for one exception. Debt used to purchase productive assets, like land, may be acceptable in limited cases, But debt for clothing? For luxuries? For appearance? Never, because debt erodes self-respect. And once self-respect is weakened, discipline collapses. Part 6. Perseverance wins. Talent isn't enough. Education isn't enough. Opportunity isn't enough. Without perseverance, nothing works. Barnum emphasizes that many people quit just before breakthrough. They hesitate. They doubt themselves. They allow discouragement to win. He compares two generals, both trained, both skilled, but one hesitates in battle. The one who acts boldly wins. The one who delays loses. You must cultivate self-reliance. Trust your judgment. Move forward. Adjust as needed. But do not freeze. Part 7. Do one thing well. Scattered energy produces scattered results. Barnum warns against chasing multiple ventures at once. People jump from opportunity to opportunity, always thinking the next thing will be easier. It never is. Success comes from sustained focus. Hammer one nail until it goes in. Master one trade. Excel in one domain. He says no profession is overcrowded at the top. The basement may be crowded, but the upper floors have room. If you become exceptional in your field, whether as a carpenter, merchant, lawyer, or entrepreneur, customers will seek you out. Excellence eliminates competition. Part 8. System and discipline. Barnum emphasizes order and system. Have a place for everything. Do things on time. Finish what you start. Disorganized people waste enormous amounts of time. But he also warns against rigidity. Too much system becomes bureaucracy. Like Dickens' circumlocution office, discipline should serve productivity, not replace it. Part 9. Don't get above your business. This is crucial. Many young people finish training and immediately want to become owners. Without capital, without experience, without savings. They wait for inheritance. They hope for a wealthy relative to die. They look for investors before they've proven themselves. Barnum says this almost never works. Easy money is quickly lost. He points to real examples of self-made millionaires: John Jacob Astor, Cornelius Vanderbilt, Stephen Gerard A.T. Stewart. They began poor. They built slowly. They understood money because they earned it. Barnum observes something fascinating. Often the poor become rich, and their children become poor again. Why? Because the children never learn discipline, effort, or restraint. Wealth without character dissolves. Part 10. Character above all. Toward the end, Barnum makes something clear. Integrity matters. Reputation matters. Trust matters. You can trick someone once. You cannot build lasting wealth on deception. He built his career in entertainment, but his long-term success depended on credibility and public trust. Without integrity, no strategy works. Part 11. Read the newspapers. Barnum gives advice that feels incredibly modern. Stay informed. In his day, it meant reading newspapers. Today, it means staying aware of trends, innovations, market shifts, and world events. Barnum says a man without a newspaper is cut off from his species. Why? Because opportunity moves fast. New inventions, new trade routes, new demands, new technologies. If you don't stay informed, your competitors will, and they will pass you quietly while you wonder what happened. Ignorance is expensive. The informed mind spots opportunity early. The uninformed mind reacts too late. Part 12. Beware of outside operations. Here Barnum addresses a timeless trap: speculation. A man becomes wealthy in his trade through discipline, experience, and focus. Then someone whispers, "There's a deal. You can triple your money." Flattery follows. "You're lucky. Everything you touch turns to gold. You can't lose." And slowly, the man forgets what actually made him successful. It wasn't luck. It was attention to his own business. He invests $20,000. Then another $10,000 is needed. Then another $20,000. The promise of a harvest keeps moving further away. Then the bubble bursts. Fortune gone. Barnum compares this man to Samson after his hair was cut, strength gone. The lesson? Stay within your circle of competence. You may invest small amounts in promising ideas, but never risk your entire fortune in fields you do not understand. Speculation tempts successful people because they believe success is transferable without effort. It isn't. Part 13. Don't endorse without security. Barnum now addresses something many people still do: co-signing loans. A successful friend comes to you. "I just need your name on this note. I'm good for it." You agree. The first deal works. Then another. Then a bigger one. And suddenly your friend, now used to easy money, begins speculating. Losses mount. You only discover the truth when both his fortune and yours are gone. Barnum makes a powerful point. You didn't just ruin yourself, you enabled him to ruin himself. If you had required security from the beginning, you would have kept him disciplined. Easy money corrupts judgment. Money earned through effort is respected. Money obtained too easily is gambled away. The principle is ancient. Solomon said, "He that had a suretyship is sure." Protect your name. Your signature has value. Don't give it away casually. Part 14. Advertise your business. Now we reach one of Barnum's greatest strengths, promotion. He states something bluntly. If you have a good product, and nobody knows about it, you will fail. Advertising is planting seeds. You must sow before you reap. He explains that most people quit advertising too early. They try it 3 times and say, "It didn't work." Barnum quotes a French observation about advertising frequency. First time, people don't see it. Second time, they notice it. Third time, they read it. Fourth time, they check the price. Fifth time, they mention it. Sixth time, they consider it. Seventh time, they buy. Consistency builds familiarity. Familiarity builds trust. But, and this is critical, your product must be genuine. You can trick customers once, but if they feel cheated, they never return. Barnum shares the famous story of Jen and the Hatter, who paid an outrageous sum for a ticket to see Jenny Lind perform. The country talked about it. People checked their hats. Sales exploded. The attention brought customers. The quality kept them. Promotion attracts. Integrity retains. Part 15. Don't read the other side. Barnum loved creative marketing. He describes a shop sign that read, "Don't read the other side." Of course, everyone did. Curiosity is powerful. The lesson? Attention is currency. If you can ethically capture attention, you have leverage. Part 16. Be polite and kind to your customers. Here Barnum gives what might be the most underrated business principle. Kindness is capital. You can have beautiful stores, flashy signs, grand displays, but if customers feel disrespected, they will leave. He recounts an employee who wanted to fight a rude customer. Barnum stopped him. Why? Because the customer pays. The business exists because of the customer. Even when insulted, professionalism must win. He summarizes it simply. Like begets like. Treat customers generously, and they return generously. Try to squeeze every penny from them, and they disappear. Part 17. Be charitable. Barnum argues that generosity isn't just moral, it's practical. People support those who support others, but he distinguishes true charity from careless giving. The best charity helps those who are trying to help themselves. He also warns, don't offer prayers when someone needs bread. Compassion must be practical. And interestingly, Barnum suggests that generosity creates prosperity. There is that scattereth and yet increaseth. Give wisely, and goodwill multiplies. Part 18. Don't blab. Loose talk destroys advantage. Barnum advises, don't reveal your profits. Don't reveal your losses. Don't reveal your plans. Success attracts competitors. Failure attracts doubt. Even in letters, be cautious. Reputation is fragile. Speak less. Do more. Part 19. Preserve your integrity. Barnum saves the most important principle for last. Integrity is worth more than diamonds. Some foolish advice says, get money, honestly if you can, but get money. Barnum calls this stupidity. It is harder to succeed dishonestly than honestly, because dishonesty always surfaces. And once your reputation is damaged, opportunity disappears. Prisons are full of men who thought they could cheat the system. An honest man, even if poor, can borrow from the entire community, because trust surrounds him. But a dishonest rich man lives in isolation. Barnum closes with a profound truth. Getting rich is not the same as being successful. There are rich poor men, and poor rich men. Money used wisely becomes a blessing. Funding education, art, science, civilization. Money worship becomes poison. The love of money may be the root of evil, but money itself, earned honestly and used responsibly, advances humanity. So, what is Barnum's final message? Make money. Make money, but make it honestly. Spend less than you earn. Avoid debt. Stay in your lane. Protect your name. Advertise wisely. Treat people well. Give generously. Guard your integrity. The principles are not complicated. They are disciplined. Over a century later, most people still fail for the same reasons: impatience, vanity, speculation, carelessness, dishonesty. And those who quietly follow these rules, they rise, not through luck, not through shortcuts, but through character. And that, according to P.T. Barnum, is the real art of money getting.